Welcome to R&RGaming channel. This is Zach. We are continuing our story of Batman. Hopefully you have a good drink in your hand and a nice smoke lit. Let's start. I actually have a little coffee, cocoa, and rum in my mug this morning.
You don't have to do this.
Only you now, Master Bruce.
Great way to start your morning, by the way. Coffee, put some cocoa on the top, mix it in, splash of rum.
I thought I might find you
Great way
here.
to start the day.
The news was upsetting for both of us. But you should see this. I know you come here for solitude, Bruce. More allegations about his ties to the underworld.
Which you knew about.
This isn't going away. It's also public and messy.
How could you hide this from me, Alfred? For all these years.
What would you
Tell
have
me.
me do? You were a child.
Yeah, but I'm like clearly like a 25, maybe 28-year-old
This
man
day
here.
for nearly
You could have
2
told me earlier.
decades. I hoped it would never come.
Forget the papers. I want to hear it from you.
The truth is, they were billionaires, Bruce. You can't amass that kind of wealth without making certain moral compromises. It's just not
Not true.
possible. That kind of money taints you.
My money has never corrupted me.
And I'm proud of you. But you're hardly the norm. Hill greased the wheels of politics. Falcone was the muscle. Thomas legitimized the whole enterprise with his name. Your father, Hamilton Hill, and Falcone, they were partners. Nothing happened in Gotham without them knowing.
Yeah, I kind of was the
Falcone,
last to find
The
out.
papers, they were telling the truth. Everyone knew about this but me.
I know it's a lot to take in. I want you to know I had my suitcases ready. I couldn't stand to be around your father anymore. But then they were killed, and you were all alone. And I just couldn't walk out the door. Everything I did, everything I've ever done, was out of love for you. I hope you can forgive me.
Yeah, I mean you're my family, man.
How could I hold
Like
this
Alfred
against you?
is pretty much
You're all I've got, Alfred.
my dad.
Thank you.
And he
I
raised
won't
me.
let you
That's
down
honestly
again.
probably why Bruce turned out as good as he did. All things considered.
This is the first time I've been back here since that night. When the police called me to collect you, I thought they'd finally arrested your father. I couldn't believe a low-life thug like Joe Chill would have the audacity to rob and kill Thomas Wayne. He was simply too well known. Too big. Yet, there it was.
He got careless. Criminals always do.
You always said it was a simple mugging. In 20 years, you've never wavered from that
Yeah,
story.
but this is Telltale's version of that story.
I
so
can
we are
recall
wavering
every
all
moment of
over
that
the
night in
place.
vivid detail. But maybe that's wrong.
Sometimes we block out things we don't want to face.
Maybe there was some detail I overlooked.
I doubt it would still be there. Like, however many years it's been.
He just wanted to protect us.
He thought he was invincible. Sadly, he was mistaken.
I can't picture him as a criminal. Not the kind I deal with.
In that moment, he was simply your father.
Yep. Everything gets simple when someone's got a gun on your kid.
I want him standing here. Right now.
And what would the Batman do with his
Well,
own parents' killer?
The Batman.
The possibilities
would
are
put him in
frightening.
jail.
I take him to
would
jail.
go punish him on
Just
his
like any
ass,
other
and
criminal.
He'd be a dead guy.
But he's not
He'd be a dead
just
man.
any criminal,
Someone
is
killed
he?
my parents.
He was stabbed to death in prison. No one mourns for Joe Chill, Bruce. Think back to that night, as hard as it might be to do so.
Okay.
I love that movie. Saw it countless times at that theater. How long did it play there?
Only when you wanted to see it, Bruce. Your mother arranged the special screenings personally.
I never knew that. She was always so good to me.
You would have been such a spoiled little fuck by the time you became an adult if they were your parents the whole time. It's a good thing Alfred raised
Where
you.
exactly does the memory end?
With my father pleading, "You don't have to do this." And the gun fires.
And after that? There are considerable gaps in that recollection.
Maybe. Do I really want to know?
Stay back!
Take whatever you want.
Nothing personal. Just business. He told me you
So
had
it
it
was
coming.
an assassination.
You don't have to do this. Don't walk away. He's making a mistake.
Damn. Right in the eyeball. I wonder if he's shooting 38 special rounds, or if he's got a small little 357. Because that would greatly affect how Thomas and Martha would behave when getting shot.
Bruce, are you all right?
Because if it
Wasn't
was
a mummy.
357, Martha would not have
They
fallen
were
for it.
assassinated.
Right now.
And Carmine Falcone knows why.
Batman, the Telltale series. GCPD 856.
But getting you in to see Falcone like this, I
You're
don't have to tell
improved.
you how many rules we're breaking. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm always here for
You're
you,
going to
but this could land us both in hot water. I pulled all the strings I had with the lieutenant. This better not come back to bite us.
Look, I get that, Harv, okay? And it means a lot to me.
I know it does, Bruce. It doesn't make it any easier. The last time we brushed shoulders with Falcone, the press made us pay. At least tell me what this is about.
Well,
Look, I'm all for blind support.
I'm not sure, but I think Falcone put a hit on my parents.
Wait, what? Bruce, that's terrible.
That's why I have to speak with him. I have to know for sure.
Bruce, I appreciate you opening up to me, but just try and keep it cool in there. I don't want any headlines taking away from my debate
Not
with Hill.
everything's about you
Dent?
there, Mr. Dent.
Mr. Wayne, welcome to the GCPD.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Now, ordinarily, we'd never let you in to see Falcone, but it must be nice to have a DA in your pocket, Mr. Wayne. Bend the rules whenever you need it.
I realize this is irregular, Lieutenant. I wouldn't ask if there was another way.
I'm vouching for him, Gordon. Trust me, he's one of the good guys.
A good guy who always gets what they want. Now, in my book, there's no such thing.
Nice job bringing in Falcone. Yeah, that son of a bitch better not
Except
get
for
off again.
Gordon.
He's not getting off the hook,
Falcone.
Renee.
That was
Not
the
this
Batman.
time.
Mr. Wayne, Sergeant Renee Montoya. I just wanted to say, some of us police support you, despite what the media is saying.
Thanks, Sergeant.
We had to put Falcone in the infirmary. Batman practically tore him in half. He's helped us a lot in the past, but if you ask me, he's out of control.
It's not like I killed him.
Well, whoever he is behind the mask, Batman's a hero to
Severely
me.
maimed.
And that's the problem. People are either scared out of their wits or they're trying to copy him.
Well, at least someone's getting tough on these guys. I tell you, I'd rather have Falcone in here than out on the street.
You weren't there, Harvey. You didn't see it. All right, Falcone's inside. Just say what you gotta say. We'll be out here.
Episode 2. Part of me wants Bruce to just beat down on Falcone. Children of Arkham. But the other part of me is like, well, it's Bruce. So we have to try
Bruce
and
Wayne,
keep
you must
that
have
side
some
of
clout.
ourselves clean.
My own
so
wife
as
can't
to
get in to
avoid
see me.
suspicion.
Good thing I'll be out of here in a week. It's like a mausoleum in here.
You know you're going to die in jail.
I'll get witness protection in Tahiti, kid. I'm dying on the beach. Talk like that. You remind me of your father. Yeah, that's right. Tommy and I were close. More than friends. More like cousins.
Until you sent Joe Chill to kill him.
So that's what this is really about.
Yeah, I wasn't here just to
The
make
pop
small
digging
talk.
up a 20-year-old killer.
2 killings, and they were never forgotten.
You and me, we're practically family. I thought you'd have figured that out by now. Hey, I tried to get through to you at Dent's party. Maybe I should have spelled it out. Got a whole closet full of birthday presents I was never able to give you.
We are not family, Falcone. I'm nothing like you.
If you're anything like Thomas Wayne, then we're not so different. Your father, Hill, and me, we ran this city. Still do. God damn this pain. Can't think through it. Morphine's on the side there. Be a good boy and help Uncle Carmine out,
I
huh?
never noticed that. There's a subtle little stop smoking sign just directly in the background here, which is funny because you always see those at hospitals. Yet, when was the last time you saw a stop drinking sign?
40
or a
years I
stop
keep my
eating
veins
fast
clean of
food
any of that
sign?
gunk.
Never.
But you never forget the
I've
tender
never
kiss.
seen either one of those signs at a hospital.
It'd be so easy
Smoking.
to give
Oh,
me the whole
God.
vial,
Stop
wouldn't it?
that.
Enough there to put an old
It's-
dog down forever.
The level of
Course, you'd
fear
never know the
porn
whole
generated
story.
around tobacco is just fucking ridiculous.
How much
to
of
me.
your parents do you have in you?
I'm not a murderer.
No, you're not. That's why you were kept in the dark. Much better, kid. Thank you. gesture like that reminds me of your mother.
My mom's name.
Your father may have been the
Your
doctor,
mouth.
but Martha, she had the human
Like, I was
touch.
tempted to, if there was an option, just to
You got
fucking
more of her in you, tell the
talk
truth.
about my mom.
Well, I wouldn't know. You took her from me when I was 9 years old.
What, you really think I hired Chill?
But unfortunately,
Sure.
it wasn't an option.
I worked with Joe Chill from time to time. Put a button on someone, he'd take him out. But I never ordered that hit on your parents.
So who did?
You can't trust anyone in Gotham. Least of all those you call friend. Your parents learned
What the
that.
fuck?
They're waiting for you in hell!
What is wrong with you, lady? Did you see that? She was about to turn her gun on Gordon. Her face is all messed up.
Stand down! Get a doctor! Secure this floor! No one gets in or out! Go! Go!
Guess we'll never know now. GCPD 10:22 a.m. Yeah, I would definitely need a smoke after that. Like, if it's not one thing going wrong in Gotham, it's another.
We are in deep shit. I bought us some time, but not much. Word's gonna get out, sooner or later. Why would she do something like this? We had Gotham's biggest crime lord in our grasp.
I don't
Something
know.
was wrong with her.
I hardly recognized her when she burst in. She was so different from the woman we met in the
Something
hall.
wrong with her face.
It's a disgrace. Another officer gone rogue.
Just doesn't make any sense. She'd never do anything to hurt the department.
Falcone's case meant justice for 1,000 unnamed victims. And now it is a PR disaster. How can I run against corruption when our own cops are redecorating the precinct with their prisoners' brains? Listen, we gotta get out in front of this. We gotta spin it as best we can. Issue a statement saying that we have the shooter in custody. Details are still coming in and that we're investigating. The usual.
Slow down, Harvey. We need the
Yeah,
facts
seriously,
first.
dude.
The simple fact is she walked in and shot him.
Then we need the complex facts, like how and why.
Lieutenant, Mr. District Attorney, Falcone's lawyers are here.
Oh, Christ. I can delay them for a little while, but we still need answers.
Tell me if she says anything. I have to know why she did this.
Okay. I'll use my Batman detective skills to find out.
Alfred, Falcone's been murdered.
Good God. Not by me.
I'm looking into it.
Just
I'll
feel
need
like I should
access
add
to the
that,
back
Alfred.
computer for anything I find.
Connection secured.
Alfred, I'm gonna try and confirm some suspicions of mine. Fresh injection site. That doesn't look like blood. Her veins, still visible beneath her skin. Alfred, I think I found the substance. Analyze and forward me the result.
Of course. I'll be
It's a
in touch
pretty
as
cool
soon as I have
phone
the
case,
result.
I'm not gonna lie.
Where
I
am
wonder if they
I?
sell a Wayne Industries phone case somewhere.
Mr. Wayne? What's going on?
You
Oh, but I got
kinda
this
shot
awful
somebody.
feeling something terrible happened.
It's not good, Sergeant. You shot Falcone.
I did what? No. God, it's true.
I believe you were drugged, Sergeant.
It would explain a lot. Listen, you have to believe me. I talk big about hurting thugs like Falcone, but I would never, never betray the lieutenant. Everything is so foggy. I remember a sharp pain.
There's an injection site on your neck.
Then I just felt light. Like I could do whatever I wanted. No guilt, no consequence. There was a voice in my ear insisting Falcone was gonna get off. And all I knew was that I had to stop that. I had to, no matter what. The reasons why I shouldn't, they were a million miles away.
Did you see a face? Could you ID a suspect?
I don't think so.
You must remember some detail. Try.
I remember a hand on my arm, guiding me like a parent with a child. The voice, it was saying something about revolution.
Oh.
Cobblepot said something similar.
I didn't see Penguin when I came into the precinct.
I'm so sorry, Lieutenant. I've let you down.
We stalled Falcone's lawyers for now, but they'll be back. So how is she? Did she tell you anything?
Yeah, hey, don't worry about that now.
I found evidence that she was drugged. A fresh injection site on her neck.
I was out of my mind, Lieutenant. Please believe me.
Hey, I do. Of course I do.
Hey, get forensics in here. Now!
She remembers a voice saying something about revolution.
That's not much to go on.
It is for me.
Now, if you're bringing forensics in, let's get Bruce out.
Alfred, I gotta get back to the manor. I've got a lead on whoever's behind this.
Bruce!
Oh, hello, Vicky.
What are you doing here? My friends in the GCPD have been telling stories about some kind of lockdown?
I'm sorry, Vicky. I don't have time.
Don't brush me
why
off.
are we brushing her off?
Word is there were shots fired near where Falcone was being held.
She
Know anything about
super
that?
helped us last chapter.
I mean, you must have been back there when it happened.
Always digging for a story, huh?
And we
So
helped
it's
her
true?
too.
I didn't say that.
Listen, I owe you for those files on Falcone. I got a lot of credit at the Gazette for that story. Whatever's going on here, you can't afford to be associated with it. Let me help you. I can keep your name out of whatever we print, but you need to give me something
She's
I
helped
can
us
use.
before.
Who fired the shots? A cop? I can tell by the way you're brushing me off that something happened. Just give me something to run with.
We'll trust her again.
A police sergeant, Renee Montoya.
Wait, Sergeant Montoya?
You didn't get this from me. Either Cobblepot drugged Montoya himself, or someone else is using his revolutionary rhetoric. Either way, I need to find him.
I
Let's put our
wonder
drones in the air and start a search.
If we had
I'll run a
chose,
trace
if
on
there
his
was an
cell.
option to choose
In
to
the
kill
meantime,
him,
we have to find out what
and
we
then
can
we would
do
have gotten
about
away
this
with it
drug.
anyway.
The
because
computer's
as we
been
killed him,
analyzing the
Montoya
chemicals
would
from
come and
Montoya's
just blast
bloodstream.
him.
Throw that up on the monitor.
Very clever there,
The
Telltale.
residue I scanned on Montoya is similar to the nerve agent I found at the docks. Let's see what we got.
It's ironic that Falcone died at the hands of someone drugged with his chemicals. Who'd
is
have
pretty
guessed
ironic.
that's how he'd meet his maker? Prone in his sickbed, surrounded by police who were ordered
But
to
it wasn't
protect him.
justice.
Murder at the hands of Montoya. That's not justice.
Whoever did this was judge,
At least
jury,
not
and
the publicly
executioner.
approved.
No one should act
of
as all
justice.
three. I hope he told you something before he was killed. What did you learn from him?
Practically family, he said.
Family? Funny, I don't recall any Sunday dinners with the mob.
It wasn't Falcone who called the hit.
Yes, well, I suppose that makes sense.
I don't know
Your
if I can
father,
trust you
Hill,
anymore,
and
Alfred.
Falcone would have
Like,
balanced each
There's
other
still
out.
family and stuff, man, but
Computers pinpointed reference
you've
points
been
on the
lying
two
to me for
compounds.
years. So I'm gonna have to take everything you say with a grain of
This
salt.
refined drug is like a weapon. It only took a small injection to
says
strip Montoya of her moral
He
filters
doesn't remember
and make her act on her base impulses.
Falcone being around that much, but that could easily be a lie.
The men at the docks were doused with the base chemicals. The reaction was messy. They were out of control.
Wouldn't be that hard to hide something like that from the
Both
crew,
compounds
especially a little
seem
kid.
stable, but they're
You know,
quick
hey,
to fall
Dad's gotta
apart.
have a meeting.
Whoever processed it knew what they were doing.
What could the creators of such a drug possibly have in mind? Fighting your wars is one thing,
They could
but
definitely make an army
drugging others to
with
fight
that
them
kind of
for
drug.
you.
Considering the amount they stole from
You need some
Falcone,
kind
they
of,
could build
like,
a small
constant
army of
injection
remorseless
system to
assassins.
have an army,
The thought is chilling.
like a helmet. That,
Your drones are in
is too
position to
small
triangulate
for those
Cobblepot's
that
location.
regular intervals. That way they just obey whatever commands you gave them. It's an interesting concept. It's probably been done in comics before. And it would definitely fit with Penguin's goals of revolution.
Find her! Find her now! Send a strong message.
You know, now that stuff's pointing to Penguin, with what Falcone said last chapter about those being his chemicals, and him not being responsible for what happened there.
Bring me her head!
I'm wondering if Penguin is actually the one behind that mess, which would mean that her that he's looking for is actually Catwoman, because she was supposed to meet him down by the docks from what she said last chapter. So maybe the
There
Penguin's
you go.
behind this whole mess.
You'll be alright. Alright.
The Skyline Club. Jesus, didn't even wait for Falcone's body to get cold, did you, Oz?
Going to speak with him, Bruce?
Bruce Wayne already tried talking with Cobblepot. It's time he met the Batman.